Alright guys, so we are going to install OpenLiteSpeed on our instance that we already have created. Let's see. OpenLiteSpeed. Alright, so for that we have our instance ready that was installed with Ubuntu and with the latest version. And after creating the video for the last EC2 instance setup, I created that shortcut to connect to our VPS. I'm sorry, the shortcut to connect to our instance. So we just execute the script and it connects to our instance on EC2, and then we just elevate the user access to root. Okay, and okay, then we are going to go to the official website of OpenLiteSpeed and go through the process to install it on our Ubuntu instance. So this is the website that we have created with the default page of Ubuntu, and this is the instance that is running, that is hosting this website. So without delaying, let's get to the point. Let's install OpenLiteSpeed first. So we are going to go to the OpenLiteSpeed documentation, and it says it supports CentOS, Debian, Ubuntu. So we are on Ubuntu, so we're good. And before installing OpenLiteSpeed, I wanted to mention that there's an enterprise version of LiteSpeed, which is called LiteSpeed Web Server, that comes with the price, and you can check it out on their official website as well. And that comes with WHMC panel installation as well. That makes it much more convenient to use, but we're not going for that. We are installing this open version, the community version of the LiteSpeed Web Server. So for that, the first thing, we have to install it from the repository, and there it's called lsphp, MySQL, all of this. And before that, we have to run this command. And okay, so let's go back to our terminal and apt install OpenLiteSpeed. It's unable to find. Okay, no problem. Okay, so we can install it from the repository, from the LiteSpeed repository as well. So we're going to run this command, and it will install the OpenLiteSpeed on our server. LiteSpeed repository has been set up. They were running the previous command, and now it's installing and asking for the dependency. Alright, we go with yes, and we'll let it install OpenLiteSpeed on our Ubuntu server. And in the documentation, as we can see, it's also recommending to install this lsphp, which is actually a LiteSpeed version of PHP. And yeah, that should be it. Okay, so it says, alright, it should be there now. And yeah, it's an usual local LSWS. So now to run it, we just have to go to our website and hit the port 7080. That's the default port for OpenLiteSpeed. Okay, looks like we have to allow this port as well into our EC2 instance security group. So we go to our security, and our inbound connection, as you can see, there's no 7080, so we'll have to add that. Okay, and the outbound rules, it has everything open, so that's good. Now let's go to the detailed view of our instance, and let's go to the security group, and these are the security group. So you just have to update the security groups from here. This is the one being used, and let's change the inbound rules. Let's allow 7080 as well. Okay, it will have to be custom. Okay, OpenLiteSpeed is not there, so just on TCP port range is going to be 7080 and should be allowed from anywhere. Yeah, what it says in the documentation, to access the web admin console you have to hit this admin pass, and then there you can see the default port for OpenLiteSpeed. Alright, so usual local LSWS miscellaneous, admin miscellaneous admin pass. Alright, so username is going to be admin. I'm going to keep it as default. Password, let's say we put something. Alright, so this is successfully updated, and now let's see if we have firewall enabled. No, that's not. Now let's install this dependencies of lsphp and all. Yeah, lsphp 8.4 is something I'm looking for. I can install lsphp 8.4, lsphp 8.4 common, lsphp 8.4 multi-quality. I'm going to lock it. Right. Okay, so 8 has installed all the lsphps. Let's try to open it. Actually, it's going to need the server name, so we're going to see what's the host name here. Alright, so this is the host name, and so in that case, actually, because okay, so we have to get this public IP address, and I to open it here. There we go, certificate is invalid. That's alright. So this is the OpenLiteSpeed web console that we have, and we enter with our username and password. As you can see, we are on OpenLiteSpeed dashboard, and this is also a name which was there in our host name, right? So we are not going to change the host name here. Host name. Right. Okay, so we go to server configuration, and then as you can see, the user is nobody, group is nobody. So these are the default user that OpenLiteSpeed runs with. I'm going to show you something, the list of users installed on this server. So here you can see nobody and ls admin, MySQL, and that's all. Okay. So the first thing we'll have to do to run this with OpenLiteSpeed, so we'll have to add this as a site. So we go to virtual host, and then we add here one virtual host. So the virtual host name is going to be, let's call it fashion.ak.com, and the root is going to be, so we're going to put that www.html. Config file is going to be, you can put as this, copy that and put that. Restricted, let's call restraint, turn it on if shared hosting environment, no. enable scripts. Yeah, this is needed. Follow some links, yes. So exec user, so exec group, we're not going to do anything with it. And save. Alright, how to create this directory. Click to create. It's successfully created. Alright, now it's saved. Now you can see on the general, if we go to core settings, it's asked for the document root. That's going to be var www.html. Domain name is going to be this name. Domain alias, not going to put anything here. And enable compression, broadly. You can even leave these options. And now comes to the log. If that is something crucial for you, you got to set this up right. Okay, now there are a bunch of other options too, like security, external apps and everything, but we're not going to change all of this here. We're going to change it from our server configuration, which is going to be the global one. As you can see, it has taken the host name that we just have added from there. See, all right, so here we go to the external app. As you can see, this lsphp is here, and the script handler, this lsphp, that's already set up. And now it's asking for a Whisper restart. Let's do it. But it's still not ready because it will still run the Apache. It will still be served from Apache, not OpenLiteSpeed. So basically right now on this instance we have two web servers in parallel. One is Apache, another one is OpenLiteSpeed. So the thing that we'll have to do is turn off Apache and turn on OpenLiteSpeed. So for that we have to configure the listeners. So the port, the default is taken as 8088 because 80, the default port, that is already taken by Apache. So we'll have to do is stop Apache 2, disable Apache 2. So what that will do is remove the symlink so that whenever the server is restarted, Apache won't be starting automatically. As you can see, it's disabled. So now we're going to view this. So the default port is set here as 8088, and we are going to make it 80, the default port. Alright, and let's save it. Okay, and the SSL port is going to be okay, so the SSL is disabled, secure is disabled for this. And listener virtual host mapping, we got to add here our virtual host. Now we start this. Alright, save, and then we go back to listeners and we got to add our SSL, the listener for secure connection. Alright, so SSL IP address is going to be IP4, port is going to be 443, and yes, it's secure, and I'm a port. That's alright. Okay, and then we got to add the virtual host mapping to it as well. And save. Now let's restart it. Here is one thing to notice. If we open the developer tools, it's, if you go to dock, then you try to reload the page, it says 521, so it's not working. Host is down. Alright, so the server configuration, we got to put these options. These are mandatory number of workers, like you can put up to 16 workers, but we're going to use with 8. But it's going to be 0. The fashion, that's alright. Cloud data is disabled, 80 MB, and keeping everything else as it is. Alright, so it says the host is down. Okay, so let's say with our let's see our dashboard with these connections are working and 2 active hosts, as you can see. And if you go to view the real time, there you see port 80 and 443 is not running. Alright, so we're going to fix that, and for that we'll have to get the SSL certificate that we have installed here, and we're going to get that SSL certificate installed on our server. You remember the last time we did a setup to store our certificate key file, keychain and full chain file in a folder. So just going to review that. Sites enabled, fashion, some kind of, so it's an usual local source fashion. So this is the certificate file. We are going to copy it, and we are going, sorry, this is the private key file, this is the certificate file, and private key file is going to be the same, just as it will have to be key.pem. Change certificate, yes. Now we save it and make a restart. So this is going to be the default certificate for the server. Now let's check live stat. Alright, so both are running, 443 and 80. Now let's try to reload it. The error is 526. Alright, we're going to check it. Let's encrypt. Okay. So now let's go to the virtual host. The one, and there we go, the SSL. Virtual host name. Okay, this has to change. Click to update. Alright, script handler, now rewrite, enable rewrite. I'm going to make yes, auto load for HT access. That's it. And SSL, you're going to put the SSL certificate here. Alright, not to use any proxy, so that it will use the IP address directly. Now let's try on a different browser. Yeah, there we go. It shows the 404 LiteSpeed page. Alright, so now that means the SSL is working fine. It should display that page, the default Ubuntu page. Did we save it? Alright, so the document is going to be var HTML. Domain name is going to be this, enable compression, enable broadly, and save it. Then let's try again. Oh, we'll have to restart it. So with OpenLiteSpeed, whenever you make any changes with the configuration, you'll have to restart the server. Now there we go. we see the default page because the root was not given, so it was not showing it. So now if we see here and try to reload it, and then we go to the network tab and check out what's the server name. There it is. You go to the document and there you go, check out the headers, and this is the response. The server is called LiveSpeed. Alright, so in the live stats, if you go there, we can see the requests and responses in a graph format. You can see the total 3 requests and everything is running active. So the example one just is just an example site. We can suspend it. And what happens if we suspend our fashion website? So let's see, we suspended it. Now if we try to reload the page, it shows forbidden, of course. Then we resume it. As you can see how convenient it is to manage a website once you have the setup ready and checked all right. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is install our WordPress on this particular domain, and then we're going to automate the WordPress posts and publishing all the new posts on our website. Alright, till then, take care. Bye bye.